upgrading Spring Boot. I'm going to install some JVMs. You should too. I'm going to start with Java 8. You can see very, very clearly, please do not do this at home. Don't use Java 8. I'm just showing you an example. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm going to create a Spring Boot 2.6 app on this day, on today, November 7th, Spring.io. We still have support for Spring Boot 2.6. Spring Boot 2.6 is still in support for a few more days, for a little bit longer. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing 2.6. All I'm doing is adding the web and an actuator, because then I get something I can test, I can validate it. Now let's just go run it. I'm just going to start it using the Spring Boot Maven plugin. I'm doing this queue so it's quiet, but we can see that it starts up. It's Spring Boot 2.6. It started up in 1.435 seconds. And now we're going to hit the actuator endpoint because I started it. I have it. It's running. I hit 8080, localhost 8080, actuator health. It's up and running. And right now it's consuming 371 megs. Cool. I just grabbed the process ID and I check how much memory is it using. Then I'm going to start it up. Actually, we have it. We're going to save that. We'll come back to it. Let's stop that app because we don't want to be using Spring Boot 2.6. Even though you can, I don't want you to. You don't want to, and I'm going to show you why. I want you to upgrade. Thank you for the people that have contributed to this Open Rewrite Maven plugin and this recipe. This is my favorite recipe of all the recipes. Upgrade Spring Boot 3.1. What it is going to do, it's going to look at my application, my Java 8 based Spring Boot 2.6 app, and it's going to look at it and it's going to say, hey, I know how to upgrade that. I know I've got to upgrade from Spring Boot 2.6 to 2.7. Look at this. I've got to upgrade from Spring Boot 2.6 to 2.7, 2.7 to 3.0, 3.0 to 3.1. It says, hey, I need to upgrade from Java 8 to Java 11 and then upgrade to Java 17. Let's go. Now my application is ready. It's upgraded. I have to at least get to Java 17 because we're using Spring Boot 3, but Java 21 has been out for a while, so I'm going to upgrade to Java 21. I'm just using SDKmin and I'm switching to Java 21. I'm just showing you that. We're going to start it up the exact same way. I'm going to save these things to log. We're going to start up quietly. And now we can see that we're on Spring Boot 3.1.5. And we start up a tiny bit faster, 1.406 seconds. And here's our actuator health. We are still healthy. Our application is still working, even though it's been upgraded. I upgraded the Java version and the Spring Boot version. And now look at this. This is the key. Why do you want to get off of Java 8 and Spring Boot 2.6? Well, how about this? How about if we save you a boatload of money? Now, this is going to take a little bit longer. We're going to go ahead and let this go. We're going to stop that version because now we're on Spring Boot 3. We can do the AOT processing. We can use GraalVM to analyze all of our code. This is what we do. MVNW. Use that native profile and say native compile. Boom. What is it doing? GraalVM is going to look at all of our code and it's going to say, hey, you're using that. Let's keep it. Let's analyze it. Let's make it better. Let's optimize it for Darwin. ARM64 is what we're running on. This code over here, you're not using it. Let's throw it away. That's it. Hotspot has been doing this for a while. It was taking little bits. Hey, we saw this. We see they're using that code a lot. Let's optimize that and let's optimize it down to your operating system. The JVM was doing that. The great folks over at Oracle Labs, GraalVM team, they said, hey, why don't we just do it for all of that bytecode? And this is what we're doing. It typically takes about a minute. And then we go. This is it. This is all I wanted you to see. I just want you to see some of the benefit here of upgrading. There's a lot of things to consider. You have a lot of options. These are some of them. I'm going to show you one more thing after this. It's almost done. This is one of the trade-offs. We're doing a lot of analyzing ahead of time. It took 1 minute and 4 seconds on this machine. And now that we're done, we can start this demo app. We can look how fast it started up. It's still our Spring Boot 3.1.5 and it started up in 0.118 seconds, a tenth of a second. And it's still healthy. We go and validate. Yes, it's up and running and we're good. But what did we see? It's only running 79 megs. So we started off, let's kill that. Let's get to the results. We stopped it. What did we see? We started out with Spring Boot 2.6 and Java 8. It started up 1.435 seconds, 371 megs. Just by upgrading Spring Boot 3.1 and Java 21, we don't have to change anything else. We get all that benefit. Starts up a tiny bit faster, but it uses a bunch less memory. Java 21 introduced the ZGC. that generational garbage collection, if we take it to the AOT process, we take it one step further, we do the native image processing. Now that native image is no longer bytecode. I can't run it anywhere. It's optimized for this operating system, which is Darwin, and this processor, which is ARM64. But look at that startup time. 1/10 of a second. And look at that footprint, only 79 megs. So we went from 371 megs down to 79 megs. So just here, we're using 57%. So we save 43% just by upgrading. And then if we do the native image processing, the AOT processing, we save 79% of our footprint. So if you do this exercise, you go out and you're the person that saves, let's just say you save 20% just by upgrading. You're going to save some percent. Let's just say it's 20%. And you do that for 100 workloads, you might get cookies. Somebody in your organization might say, job well done. I want you to be the one that gets cookies. So just take a look. You've got options. The other thing I want to show you is like, you've got tons of different versions of Java to choose. SDK list Java. I just want to show you, like, you have a bunch of these different versions. There's a bunch of versions that are out there, a bunch of things to choose from. I don't know which one's going to work best for your workload, but maybe if you're going to production, maybe you want to have some coverage. Like if there's a bug in your JVM, maybe you'd like to be able to call on the folks at Graal and say, hey, I've been using your stuff. Could I get some support? They've got a version for that. They got a community edition version, and they got like a fully supported commercial version. There's others. Liberica, that's the one. If you want support, Liberica, we can help you out there. We have other versions, but you've got options. I don't know which one's going to work best for your workload, but with a tool like SDK Man, you can easily go swap out your Java versions. You don't have to take this to production. Just run these tests. Do exactly what I'm doing, and I'm showing you the repository right here. Take this for a spin, switch your Java version out, and see which one's going to work better. That's it. Thank you so much for your time. That's all I wanted to share.